was just another day at the gym. I was mid-set, drenched in sweat when my phone buzzed. Normally, I wouldn't even check it, but something pulled me to it this time. It was a notification from Instagram. V had just liked my post. It was one of those gym selfies, nothing special. Tank top, muscles flex. Nothing meant to catch attention, but I guess it did. She not only liked it, she'd followed me too. Her profile picture, with those curls framing her face, was just as intoxicating as I remembered. I clicked on her name, scrolling through her page. There were weddings, business events, curated perfection, and yet in every photo, her eyes told a story of someone searching for more. She then sent me a message, and it was simple. You're strong in every sense of the word. It's inspiring. I stared at it for a second, too long before replying back. Strength is a process, and you're more resilient than you know. She replied back almost immediately, and a back and forth began. It wasn't flirty, not at first, but her words carried an unspoken weight. It's been a while since I felt seen. I paused reading her words. There was something there, an ache, a quiet vulnerability that begged to be heard. And before I could respond, another message popped up. Things have been cold at home lately. My husband doesn't notice me anymore, and honestly, I don't know if he even cares. I could feel the hesitation in her words, like she didn't want to say too much, but she couldn't stop herself from saying just enough. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be unloading this, she added quickly. It's just, your energy feels steady like it's something I've been missing. Her honesty caught me off guard, but I didn't let it show in my reply. I simply said, it's okay, V. You deserve to be seen, to feel valued. Don't forget that. The conversation ended there, but her words stayed with me. There was something about the way she said it, like she was reaching out, testing the waters of a connection she wasn't sure she could have. I didn't push, because boundaries are sacred, even when temptation dances on the edge of them. A few days later, she commented on another post. Those arms could crush someone or hold them together. I laughed when I read it. I couldn't help myself. It was bold, bolder than I expected. I responded, you should come train sometime. The gym's a safe space for everyone, even curious minds. She replied, okay, what's the address? The next day she walked in, everything else faded. No corporate armor, just leggings and a loose tank that hinted at hers without even trying. Her smile was unsure, but her eyes, they carried something else, anticipation maybe. I greeted her with a nod, keeping it cool, and led her toward the free weights as we started. I could feel her watching me, not just watching, but studying my movements, my presence, the way I existed in this space like I owned it. Your tattoos, she said after a while with her voice soft and curious. They're beautiful. They feel like they have stories. I glanced at my arm, the intricate ink swirling with meaning only I knew, and replied, they do. Each one is earned. I paused and added, how's yours healing? She blinked, a little caught off guard. Oh, it's good. It's still tender, but I think it's settling in. You remembered? Of course, I said, giving her a quick look that lingered just long enough to make her blush. The chemistry between us was undeniable now. It hung in the air, thick and impossible to ignore. Every laugh, every small touch as I adjusted her form during a lift, it all felt charged. Like the room had its own pulse, and it was beating for us. By the time we finished, she was leaning against the wall, breathing hard, but her smile had softened. She wasn't just unwinding her body. She was unraveling, piece by piece. "You're a natural," I said, tossing her a towel. "You're a good teacher," she replied, her eyes lingering on me longer than they should. Then, almost shyly, she added, "I think this was the most fun I've had in a while." And there it was again, that unspoken weight. I wanted to press, to ask her what she meant, but I didn't. Instead, I nodded, letting the silence between us stretch, letting her feel it however she wanted. And then, just as we were about to part ways, she hesitated. "Dom," she said. "Yeah," I replied. She looked at me, her lips parting like she wanted to say something important, something real. But she just shook her head, smiled, and said, "Nothing. Thanks for today." I watched her walk away, the space she left behind, feeling heavier than when she arrived. Whatever she wanted to say, I knew it wasn't nothing. And for the first time in a long time, I again felt that familiar pull. The one that told me I was standing at the edge of something big, something that could change everything.